He is explaining everything you need to know about AI, the beast, and all that. 666. He explained it all already before iRobot. Dr. York versus the computer. Y'all see why they wanted him gone? Do it make sense yet to anybody? This is why they don't want him on the scene. Everybody else, bro, it ain't no information being put out. He was even saying that. He said, nobody just put out this much information. He said the NOI, he said they got a lot of books, but they're not putting out no information. Hebrew Israelites, if they ain't the Bible, they don't want to hear it, so they ain't putting out no information. Information hasn't been put out. And since he got locked up or kidnapped, there's been no information. Nothing new, y'all. Nothing new. Listen to me. Listen to me. Listen to me. All right? They trying to kick it, y'all. I hope y'all can hear what I'm telling y'all. They trying to kick it. That shit ain't new. It's not new. It ain't new. Every actual fact book, that ain't new.
Facts.
When I put my hands on the open, I said, I know what book that is. I know what Ham Seed book is. I know this book is. It's not new. Ain't no new information been out here. So we still got this to figure out. So they're like, that's the motherfucker. He said it. If you go listen to Nuwabians Under the Spell, Nuwabians Still Under the Spell on YouTube. I'll type in the word for you. You want to find out how to spell it. Go listen to this. Nuwabians Still Under the Spell. They don't want you. When you listen to it, he actually calling out the whole damn nation. You know what I'm saying? So we say, Wabian Still Under the Spell? Go listen to that. YouTube. If you type it in, I don't know who channel it is, but you type it in, you'll find it. I just showed you. I'm pin it. Wabian Still Under the Spell. And he broke down a lot of stuff in it. He was explaining a lot of things about what was going to happen. This was back in 2004. He was in prison. It was a phone call. He explained a lot of stuff, y'all, and these folks is still doing it, I'm telling you. I'm going around them, and I'm like, bro, this shit's still going on. Let me tell you what's going on now. Since I got 10% left, I'm going to get off of here. They're saying that the pickup date is August 12th. They're saying that on August 12th, we're supposed to be picked up and we're supposed to leave the planet Earth. I was at one of the meetings recently, and I asked the question, I said, where is the pickup point? He said, listen, what you really got to do is they do the go within thing. You got to go within, you got to, you know what I'm saying, be in tune. I said, listen, I didn't have to be in tune for you to tell me that it was August 12th. You know the date and you don't know where? So they looking at me like I'm wrong. Everybody looking at me, oh, what? Where we going? Where we going? The pickup date is August 12th. That's all we know. Why is that all you know? You know, because it's something to go. August 12th this year, y'all. This year. This is the Sabians. I'm having a conversation with them. Why did we get into that conversation? Because them niggas said it was an update. They said we got an update. I guess the update's supposed to be like the word from Baba. The update was a description of how Jesus is similar to oxygen. I said, this can't be for real. That's the update? That's old. Jesus, gases, oxygen, 888, that's old. That's not an update. What's going on? Something's wrong. And they can only do that because most of the Sabians are new people. I don't know how that happened. Maybe because y'all branched off and Nuwabi's like, what are y'all doing? We ain't even finished Nuwapu yet. But most of these Sabians is new people. It was one of these random females walked up to me after the whole situation. She said, let me ask you a question. Do you read the doctrine? I almost cussed. I had to remind myself it's a female. I said, what? What? I'm just asking, do you read the doctrine? I'm like, what the fuck? I was born into this. What are you talking about? I was born into the walk of life. I wasn't born into the book. I wasn't born into the Rahubat. I was born into the walk, the essence that you can't fake. I almost asked, whose woman is this? I almost asked that. away with you. Who the hell do you think you're talking to? You don't even know who you're talking to. So do you read the doctrine? Oh, what the fuck? Do you know who I am? It's like, if you don't even know who I am, that's weird. Then you just sat through this whole conversation. You don't heard me even name drop or who family, and you still just came out. And then what she said? She said, well, I just got here. Oh, that explains it. Well, let me tell you something. I was on Tom Ray. I've been here. Who the hell are you? Introduce yourself, first of all, before you just open your mouth, start saying words to me. Introduce yourself. This ain't that type of game. You know what I'm saying? All right, so I can look at certain people and see why they there for you. You there for you think this is the club. This ain't the club. This ain't the club. Get who the fuck you done came to click up with and get the fuck ghost. Don't step to me like you know what's going on. So I'm asking them, because they talking about all this, everything. Nothing's literal. Y'all still taking the Bible literal. Why are we still talking about the Bible if you said we so beyond religion? Why you still got to break down the Bible? We done went so far beyond religion. You still breaking down the biblical stuff? No, something's wrong. You remember the Jet Li movie? Something's wrong. I'm the Jet Li nigga in the scene. So I'm like, oh, okay. I was listening, and then he said something. He said, because you got the hippocampus. The hippocampus is the brain, but that means the white horse in the Revelation. I said, huh? Hippocampus. Hippos, horse. Campus, seahorse, or water creature. I said, so I'm listening to him break it down. He said, that's a white horse because it was Pegasus, because Pegasus flew. I said, but the word don't mean air horse. It mean water horse. So I asked, I said, so how did you come away with this hippocampus means white horse in Revelation thing? Where you get the white horse? I said, it was 4 horses. He said, because it was Pegasus. I said, but it means water horse. I said, so, okay, what about the other 3 horses? What do we call them? If the white horse is the hippocampus of the brain, what about the other 3 horses? Did you know that there were other horses? This nigga went all around the world to answer that question. Didn't have an answer for it. Why? Because he didn't prepare for it. He didn't write it down. What? So he went from that. The reason why I stepped forward, I'm listening. I'm like, okay, he talking. But then he said some shit, and I'm like, yo, because he said it's not literal. None of this is literal. All of this is talking about the body. I said, so then who are the Najaru? He said, that's Munyu, huh? He said, I said, who are the Najaru? Who are you talking about? Who are you praying to when you say you're praying to the Nateru? Who are they? He said, those, some people got stuck in the Anunnaki, but we on the Neteru. You still haven't answered my question. Who are they? Meaning, either you know who they are, or you're praying to somebody and you don't know who they are, which means what? You're believing in them. So, is that literal or allegorical? When you say that we're going to get picked up, is that literal or allegorical? So I brought it around. I said, let me ask you, so everybody talking about this 2023 year is the pickup year. Okay, where are we going to get picked up? When? What time? When is this going to happen? Nigga said, August. So I said, where? He said, don't know. Basically, he said he don't know. After a while, he said he don't know. So what's my point? Y'all, they don't know what the hell they talking about, y'all. They lost.
Facts.
They don't know what the hell they talking about. And when I step forward, it's like, everybody else in there, people be like, yes, men. They listen to everything he say. They don't. They just want a piece of loving. Like, nah, nigga, hold on. Something ain't right. What are we doing? You just told me next month we leaving Earth. We leaving the planet Earth next month, and we sitting here in this bookstore, listening to you talk about how Jesus is up. Shit. Something wrong. I said, bro, that ain't new. How is that an update? That's old. Pop must think everybody that's Sabian is brand new then. He must think that. You not fooling somebody who was there.
Facts.
Something is wrong.
Facts.
He must think everybody knew, like they just got here. Everybody, because ain't no way in the hell he only put, unless y'all are on recess and y'all are resting and stuck and waiting. You can't move. which means you've been waiting for 21 years. You can't move. I was even saying, I said, nigga, it's a whole world outside. We got to bring right knowledge to people. We gathering meeting here. Y'all gathering doing this. We got to bring right knowledge to people. The world, nigga, not just Sabians. What are you doing? Nigga said, well, you know, Baba, he did this. Baba, he did that. He'll put it in the book. You know, and then we wait. And if he put it in the book, then I said, nigga, it's a book. It can't do shit. It is a book. It ain't going to ever get up and go nowhere. I said, so damn what? I said, well, let's change the world then. Let's get out here and do it. Let's be the soldiers that you was meant to be. He said, but you can't, you can't make nobody do this. You can't make people. I said, I ain't say make people do nothing. I said, how did Baba change everybody? How Baba flip everybody and roll everybody over the right knowledge? He said, he changed the environment. I said, okay, cool, bet. Let's change the environment. He said, but that's what Baba does. I said, damn, is there not another able-bodied motherfucker here? He was the only person that was an able-bodied person that can get up and move and go do stuff. What the hell do y'all got going on, bro? So you don't move unless you don't say nothing unless he put it in the book. That's like a violation. Because he didn't want you to just read his books. He wanted you to read it, then apply it. Go out, teach it, push it forth, research it, make sure you know it, do the action. Do the action that come with the lesson. Bro, I don't know what these folks doing. That shit getting on my nerve, really. So they talking about we August 12th we leaving. I'm like, bro, ain't going where, bro? What the fuck? Y'all going? Y'all can't even get along on Earth.
Facts.
You can't even get along on Earth. You can't decide which chant you using. And I see all y'all side. Let me tell y'all something. Look. I don't got no sense. I'm just saying before I get out of here. I don't have sense. If I'm saying some shit need to be fixed, don't try to do your little side posts and talk about some we the real, we really with Pop. We the real side. Don't do that, because then I start, you know what I'm saying? Then I start getting a little loony.
I see all of that.
If I say some shit need to be clean, I mean that. I need it to be cleaned up. We got to clean this up, because it don't make sense. Something wrong. Don't start feeling like I'm coming for you just because I'm saying we need to get it clean. Because then you start making a mistake everybody that I made. But you start thinking you can bark in my direction when I say that. That ain't what this is. Nah. Sabians, you got answers that you got to answer to, too. You got questions you got to answer to, too. Where the fuck is the pickup point?
Facts.
Cut out all these games, all these arguments over where you going to celebrate his birthday, all this other bullshit y'all got going on. Where's the pickup point? When do we go? If you don't know that, ain't nobody out here that can help us. Ain't nobody out here. So stop acting like it. So if ain't nobody out here who can help us, then I'm trying to figure out why the fuck your whole intention in life since May 8, 2002 was not to make sure he was out. 21 years done passed, and you want to tell me that we gotta stay together. We got stay where? I said I would love to bring people through here. I can't bring people through here until we get that shit cleaned up. I'm a send them to Malachi because they're going to be exposed to the emerald light. But other than that, bro, these folk don't know what they talking about. It's still religion. So I said it in the meeting. I said, you know what? What I don't want to happen is 2024 to pop up and everybody be talking about some, we didn't do what we were supposed to do. We missed the pickup.
Bullshit.
How you gonna miss the shit you don't know what the fuck is that? That'll do it every time. That'll do it every time. That'll do it. You don't even know where it's at. But now he wouldn't tell people where it's at. You're lying. Because he literally told people where the fuck it was at. You're lying. You just don't know. Because you didn't study his books. He been said where the fuck the pickup points is at. I can name 3 of them right now. He didn't keep that shit a secret. One of them is a tourist site, Rock Eagle Mound. But he also said, fuck they gonna pick you up for? He said, why would they pick you up? He said, you ain't seen the movie Independence Day when all the people ran up to that ship, talking about some Welcome to Earth, and they got zapped? Bro, they think this shit is a game. It's not a game. It's not a game. If you are a Sabian, you have a question on the table. Where is the pickup point for August 12th? Where will you be on August 12th? If you don't know that, then you ain't one of them. Because he said, when it came time, the knowing would know. You would hit a call. So don't step out. Why would I be on the Sabians? Why would I be on anybody? Why was I ever on anybody? When you step out like you got it figured out and everybody else is to be stepped on and stepped over, when you do that, that made me intervene. Because then I'm going to check you and see, okay, where you at with it? Where you at with it? When I ask you about the Neteru, the Elohim, you need to have a conversation like we talking about my cousin them. You don't need to be mystifying that shit. That means you don't know what's going on. So stand
Down.
down. Stop adding to the confusion.
Facts.
Simple. And you won't be
That's a fact.
called out. I don't care what it is. When, why, and where. Sometimes how.
That's a fact. We not playing these
It's
games.
on that truth shit, standing on it, and we don't care how you feel. That's how they try to ostracize you and put you off to the side. It don't matter. They did it to Pops. But we're going to get this together. We're going to get it figured out. But you ain't finna keep pushing all this mysticism. We're going to get this together for real. And you got to do real work or you have to stand down. Simple.
Facts.
Real work or stand down. And that real work means you got to go out into the real world. Okay? And if there's some ascension that needs to take place within the next 7 years, you're going to have to explain that actually, what it is for real. Not no mystical pray shit. Chant. Y'all been praying and chanting and still arguing. Still fighting. And he's still in there.
Mm-hmm.
Still being tested. All right. I love y'all. I'll talk to y'all soon. Peace and love. We'll come back later and we'll get some more bill. I know this was a good bill.
We ain't going for none of that. We ain't finna do that. We ain't about to do that. Ain't nothing that these people think about to happen is about to happen. No. All the illusion. I remember being at my dad's house. This was a while back. This had to be like maybe 2020. Or New Year 2021. It was one of them. It was a while back though. And we just having the conversations, and actually it was my brothers and my sister in there on my father's side. And everybody talking. They say Omari still be, he still be posting. He still be talking about Pops. He said, and everybody like, yeah, I noticed that. And one of them like, yeah, that's crazy. Da da da. And then after they were done saying how I still be, I said, yeah, because I ain't no Peter. And the room just got quiet. And my dad was like, wow. He's like, I said, yeah, because I ain't no Peter. And it was just like that. It got quiet. And then after everybody had left, and I was walking out of the room at the end of that night, my dad called me back. He was like, yo, he said, when you said that, he said, I felt that. You know what I'm saying? He said, because you're right. You're not a Peter. He said, all these people are Peter this, da da da. He said, you're not Peter. He said, you want to know what your job is? He said, I know what you're going to do. He said, you're going to shatter the delusion. You're going to shatter not just the delusion, the illusion, which is causing for the delusion, right? This is how he talks for real. He said, you're going to do that. You're going to be the one who shatters the illusion. He said, wow. He said, when you said that, I felt the spirit of Yeshua coming through you. I felt it. He said, I felt that. Because what you mean, why would I not? I was in high school. There was a guy in high school with me, right? For 4 years, I did not know this man was a Nubian. He was in high school with me for 4 years. I never knew that he was on Tamaray. I never knew that he could speak and say Rahubad or any of that. I didn't know any of that. And as we about to graduate, I'm like, nigga, why the fuck you ain't ever mentioned it? You ain't see me do all this shit. I'm walking around with the flag. I'm teaching everybody the science. I got Pharaoh Clan. I'm teaching masonry in the archive building. I'm doing all this stuff. Right? And you never thought to mention to me, hey, I'm a Nubian. I came from the same walk of life. He said, we all embarrassed. I said, embarrassed? I said, what the fuck are you talking about? He said, we embarrassed. He said, after they did the charges and stuff like that, he like, that's kind of embarrassing. I said, man, what? How is that embarrassing and you know the fucking truth? But he spoke for a lot of New Wabians. He spoke for a lot of people. Y'all embarrassed. Y'all scared. Same reason why it's like I get it. Say his name. Say his name. Speak it. Why y'all so scared to say his name? They said you will be persecuted for righteous name's sake. And you'll be blessed for that. But y'all won't even say his name no more. Because what righteous name would that be? Melchizedek. Malachi Sedek. Malachi Zoduk. Malachi Z. York. Same tones. And what does that mean? Angel of righteousness. Y'all won't even say his name no more. I say, the rest of the world ain't never heard about no Baba Yanun. They ain't heard about Yanun before you put the Baba there. Or before you split it to not be B-A-B-A anymore, now it's B-A-A-H. B-A-A-H. It's like you're doing a lot. Say his name. Deal with the war that comes with saying his name. You're going to be persecuted for saying his name. He said that. He told you that. And not just for the name itself, but for the righteousness associated with the order of Melchizedek. So say the name. Let people know what it's about. I'm like, damn, nigga, I've been in school, I've been teaching. And what I meant, when I said that, like, listen, I don't know what these people got going on, y'all, but look, I go through schools, I learn them, I teach them. I go, get the lesson, I pull it, I come over here to y'all. That's what I do. That's what I've been doing since I was younger. I go figure some shit out, come back and tell. If you've been walking with me, you know that. That's what I'm finna do. I don't care. Look, I'm going to go over here, see what they got going on. I'm going to soak up all the information. I'm going to come back over here, I'm going to tell. That's everywhere, everything. If you were walking with me in 2020, where was I at? I was at all the Trump rallies, was I not? If you don't know, you just wasn't here. I had on a Trump 2020 shirt. I was everywhere that people were thinking that we weren't supposed to be at. And I was finding out shit. I came back over, I said, oh, no, them Democrats lying to y'all. Look what I just found out. And people didn't like it when I did that. But I did. And I came back and told. I ain't go over there and have a one-up on people. I came back over there and said, nah, nigga, they lying. Look at this. Look, I found this. I found that. They didn't even tell you this. They didn't even tell us that. And you think I'm lying, go look at the Faise One MFN song. And you will see that I was present then with the shirt on, Trump 2020. People didn't like that. Why? Because they were so wrapped up in what they were being told. I said, nah, nigga, I went over here and saw what people were talking about. And that ain't it. That ain't the same shit. So you know I'm good for it. Same thing when it comes to this masonry thing. Let me tell y'all something, right? A lot of niggas think, like, for real deal, that because a lot of Masons that come in to be Masons be niggas who, might have been scholars or college graduates or somebody trying to get their life together or want to be a politician. They think everybody like on some hoe shit. A lot of niggas think that just because you come in and be a Mason, you don't have no backbone and that you could just play it and kick it. Let me tell y'all something. Y'all better start trying to gangbang this Mason shit. I'm not the one. I'm going to tell y'all niggas that like I told them niggas at the event. I'm not the one. You can do all that, or we don't do that. You can do all that, but you better stop trying to gangbang some shit. Stop trying to act like it's a gangbanging situation. Because what the issue is, in the room, I just had a room, they just was doing a room I joined on Clubhouse. And they were talking about the Masonry, the Illuminati, the secret societies. And as somebody who has actually traveled as a Mason, I can speak on all of the different angles of Masonry. So the niggas who were in there who were Masons, they ain't never had no issue with me. The only issue they ever have when it comes to Masonry is the fact that I tell. And you're not supposed to. So I was telling them, I said, I get it. I get it. You took an oath. We all took the obligation to never speak on these things. I even broke it down for them because most people don't even know what the obligation would be. I broke down for them what the obligation was. I walked them niggas through everything. I said, the only thing that you missing is that, I'm revealing. That's the only thing you don't like. Right? I said, well, tell me what I'm lying about. They couldn't tell me anything. They said, you just making stuff up. Okay. And even one of the sisters said, well, you said he made it up. Tell us what the real thing is. Them niggas was mute on it. And one of them who tried to answer, he danced around. I said, see? I said, now watch this. After I broke all this down, when they speak, all they're going to do is tell y'all I'm lying. All they're going to do is tell y'all, don't listen to me. I'm crazy. I don't know what I'm talking about. But nobody is going to tell you the truth. If I'm lying, then tell them the truth. See if they'll bring around and say, no, he's lying about that. This is what it actually is. No, that ain't the password. This is the password. See if they'll do that. They can't do that. So then I asked one of them, I said, let me ask you a question. I said, did you yourself as a traveler, brother, take an obligation or utter an obligation of jurisdiction, by the way, that you would never reveal, that you will always conceal or always held? And this nigga said no. Now, the only reason why folks didn't erupt in that room when he said no is because the room was full of non-initiates. What you mean no? So I walked his ass around the corner. I said, okay, let's circumambulate for a second. I said, no. I said, that's strange because I'm sure that you did take an obligation or utter an obligation of jurisdiction over yourself, by the way, that you would always held. I said, okay, well then, let me ask you another way. Does your obligation have anything to do with concealment? Right? Then he was like, yeah, but what you getting at? See, these niggas full of shit. I'm telling y'all, they all full of shit. They still just people. Right? So nigga said no to the he will always conceal question. Then I said, okay, does the obligation have anything to do with concealment? Yes. Okay, well then, let me ask you this. Will you for us right now cite that part of the obligation? He said, well, go read about it. Go read up on it. I said, why? Why would I go read about it? As I'm talking to a brother. I'm asking you to come forth and utter what was that obligation. And just give us the part about the concealment. I'm not asking about anything else. Just give us the part about the concealment. The nigga would not do it. I say, y'all, this is my point. The only issue they have is that we're not supposed to do that, and I'm doing it. They still ain't gonna tell it ain't that, it's this. No, nigga, it's this. What the fuck you talking about? I took it. I was there. I said, what were we holding in our hand when we gave our obligation? What were we holding in our hand? Because you know what I mean by giving, not just taking. But if you don't, well, then that's a whole other degree. What were we doing? What were we holding in our hand when we gave our obligation? Or when we swore or affirmed our obligation? What were we holding in our hand? I said, they won't tell y'all. One of the sisters asked a question. They said, well, when you gave your obligation, who was it under? Who you pledging under? What was it obligation for, or who was it to? One of them was like, it's to each other. I said, well, what is the obligation? Nigga got quiet again. I said, see, that's what they taught to do. Ask me how I know. Because that's a part of it. That's literally, if I explained the whole shit. I said, nigga, if I walk up to a brother and I see a brother, and you got to listen to how I'm speaking. Even if you read the Malcolm Duncan, if you were to go and flip through the Albert's Masonic Encyclopedia, whoever, you ain't going to learn to you ain't going to be able to do none of this stuff that I'm doing. And you ain't going to know the shit that I know. You only going to know pieces of it. You ain't going to know all of the applications. Matter of fact, niggas only think that it's only a part of the app. They forget the LY. They only know the APP. They don't know the LY. They can answer the APP. So if you think that the rest of the world don't have the rest of the degrees, well, then give me 2 more degrees than 3. And they can't. Well, with the L and the Y, I can tell you what it is. So how you just going to have an APP? What is app short for? Application apply. You understand? So what I asked them, well, after the sister was saying, I said, well, then I can give you the answer since they didn't give her the answer. I said the answer is when you're given the obligation, first of all, you're holding one of the holy books. That's what you're holding. One of the holy books, either the Bible or the Quran or the Gita, which is rare because that will be tying to Krishna or Buddha, and people don't worship Buddha like a god. So anybody who would even come and say that they were giving pledge to Buddha, they just don't know what they're doing, because Buddha isn't really worshipped as a god. He's only looked at as an example, as what they call an extraordinary man, an example of an extraordinary man, a template to follow. You understand? Not God as in the supreme being. So before you become a Mason, the first thing they say, well, you have to confess your belief in a supreme being. It's like taking Shahada or giving Shahada. But the Muslims say take. It's like taking Shahada. Literally. So I told the sister, I said, it's God. That's who. But then you have to specify. So I told her, I said, some people said God from the Christian book. Some people said Allah from the Muslim book, holy book. And then others said Shaitan. And he's found in both. So, or Lucifer. So some people said Lucifer or Iblis. So when I said, if you go look at my video on my page, I said Masons don't worship the devil. At least not exclusively. If you listen to how I'm teaching it, you can learn it. At least not exclusively. Now, if I was just some YouTube book Mason or somebody who was just out here to act like Masons was bad, I would have just said, yeah, Masons, they worship the devil. They come up out of Albert Pike. I would have said all the same shit and nobody don't know what they talking about. That's why I make jokes about them. I say, nigga, nobody give a fuck about Albert Pike. Get off YouTube. Niggas, they know that you can only talk this way if you walk a certain way. That's why they can't debunk what I'm saying. Because you have to debunk it with facts. And in order to debunk it with facts, you got to reveal. And you took an oath never to. You took an oath never to. So they gonna say, he doesn't know. Then one of them try to check me, say, well, because she got her answer finally. She only got it through me. They wasn't going to answer it. Which is, they not supposed to. Right? So the same nigga who said he didn't have no concealment thing and all this other, he lied about that. He said, he come out and say, you ever heard of a non-disclosure? I bust out laughing. I said, nigga, that's the same shit. Because my original question to you was, were you taught never to reveal? So let me ask y'all a question. What's the difference between an agreement never to reveal and an agreement never to disclose? Somebody tell me the difference. Because he said he took a non-disclosure, he signed a non-disclosure agreement, or he uttered a non-disclosure. So what's the difference between non-disclosure and not revealing? Somebody give it to me, because maybe I missed it while I was learning basic English. But like, I'm pretty sure that if I were to type in Google, disclose and reveal, it's going to give us the same shit. It's going to give us the same shit. So he said, I have a non-disclosure. Nigga, I know you do, because we all did. And then one of them was saying there's consequences. It's consequences for speaking on certain shit. I said, ooh, let's go into that. You know what I'm saying? Let's get into that. What are the consequences? They didn't want to answer. I said, well, then fine. I'll say it. Now, how do I know? And how would I know it from not a secondary position? How do I know it from a primary position? And I even brought them to it. I said, what are the points? And what point would you be referring to, or clause would you be referring to when you're speaking in terms of consequences? How do I know this? How would I know this? And them niggas would not answer. I said, okay, so you didn't say, you never said under your oath as a Mason that you would receive no less penalty, but having your throat slit and your tongue ripped out of your mouth for uttering the sacreds or the secrets. You never said it? That was pissing them niggas off. Because the bottom line is, first of all, don't try to play me. What would make people think that I would go through all this trouble to act like I'm a Mason? Why would I go through? Just think about it. What would be the benefit of going through all this trouble to act like I'm a part of an organization or a fraternity or brotherhood or whatever you want to call it that has already been deemed satanic by the rest of the sheep? Why would I come in and act like I'm a part of that? No, at age 16, that's when I started traveling. Now, if you think that I'm not supposed to start traveling before 18 or before 21, then you have to go and ask your higher-ups, why was I allowed to travel at 16? You have to ask them that. That ain't my problem. That's your problem. If you never heard of anybody traveling before the age of 21, that's not my problem. That's your problem. That has nothing to do with me and my individual travels. Has nothing to do with it. Now tell me I'm not a brother, because you can never take the tools away from a Mason. It becomes a part of their genes. Same thing with the Eastern Stars. You can't really kick anybody out of that because the information is already logged in their brains. It becomes a part of your essence. When you start being able to look at what's happening in this reality and read it different, because this whole world is built off of masonry. The whole world is built off of masonry. The whole world, meaning not the earth, the world. From the UK to the Americas, this whole shit is built off of masonry. In all of its different factions and pieces and components. It's masonry, y'all. So them niggas kept saying the same shit. He's lying. He's making it up. Okay, well then what's the real thing? What's the truth? Because if I'm lying about everything, then I should be lying about the fact that you are under the concealment clause or penalty of being, what they say allegorically, removed of your head or relieved of your dome or having your throat slit and your tongue. I also said something that you can't know unless you're a traveler. Because they were asking, what are the signs that are? I told them, I'll tell you. Why? Because first of all, it's a time to reveal. That's Luke chapter 12, verse 2. Read it. Go read it. Matter of fact, we might read it in a second. Luke chapter 12, verse 2, all the way through 3 and 4. You will actually find what's happening right now was already written. That ain't none of this stuff that you ever concealed was not to be revealed. Any word that you ever whispered in the rooms was going to be yelled from the rooftops. This is something that's already been written. So what are you confused about? I don't care that the obligations or the oath. Them niggas didn't even know what the Hebrew word oath was. I taught them that. He said, it's the bar. I said, that means to speak. The fuck are you talking about, nigga? That's the bar is to speak, or the spoken word, like logos. In the beginning was the logos or the word. That's the bar or makdu. When you're saying oath in Hebrew, that means a sign or a token. That's what it literally means. So when niggas say they took an oath, guess what you took? A token. So if I walk up to another brother, which I should be able to recognize him in the darkness as well as in the light, people don't know what that means for real though. Meaning you don't have to always step to a nigga to try to act like you can G-check him about masonry because you think you gang banging. And you really not. But you think you gang banging. So every time you want to open your mouth to check a nigga who see if you're a Mason, wonder why you keep getting the same response from me. You would get a different type of response from me if you would learn. Don't do that to me. I'm really throwed off for real. I don't fucking know you. Don't step to me like none of that. But you come correctly, you will get a correct response. You come incorrectly, you get throwed off phase who trying to figure out what you working. Cause I really be throwed off sometimes when niggas be thinking that I'm not. So it's been the brothers who was actually at the event, the Nuwapian or Sabian event. I thought they stuck to me correctly until they start switching the vibe up. So when they asked me, so where you hail from, brother? They got a direct response from me. I'm thinking, shit, y'all niggas family. It's fam. We out here. Everybody out here family. Shit, hell yeah. What's up? Oh yeah, I'm such and such and such and such. Didn't know them niggas was going to try to set trip lodges from across the sands. They were mad at me for not being Prince Hall. I'm like, am I hearing you correctly? Your issue is that I didn't come through the Nuwapian Grand Lodge. Well, you think you above the lodge? I didn't have to go through the fucking Nuwapian Grand Lodge to learn the science. And where was y'all at? What are you talking about? Y'all had all kind of other shit going on. No, I walked exactly where my Umi allowed for me to walk. The gateway was open. If you go listen to the Ye Not Crazy song, I said, Mama, the reason I am amazing. Mason. Mama, the reason I am a Mason. Couldn't wait for no man to raise them. So when them brothers, it was two twins, literally, this ain't no allegory. When them two twins were approaching me in the community because they saw what I was doing, they already saw that I was a man that stood upright. Literally. At age 15, they were watching. At age 16, they stepped forward to me. Listen to how I'm saying this. You can't make this up fast enough. At age 16, on Venetian Hill, Campbellton Road, Atlanta, Georgia. How about that? Them niggas stepped directly to me. And if you from Venetian Hill, from Campbellton Road, you know who the twins is that I'm talking about. They said, we want to talk to you about the square. Those were the mystics in our communities. Those were the ones in our communities, the supremes. They said, we want to talk to you about the square. Because they already saw my actions. They already saw my deeds and that they were rounded out. They already saw that. You understand? So they said, we want to talk to you. They brought it to me, but they also brought it to my Umi. My Umi. Who still people don't know who she is. You understand? To this day. Because it's not time. But they asked her, they said, we got him. We'll pull him through. And they walked me directly through. Literally. These things that I know, I didn't learn this from a book. However, I did read the books that these people are talking about, and that's why they can play me. Or they can at least try to play me. But we supposed to read them books. They ain't going to tell you that. Oh, you could just read it in the book. You're supposed to read the Malcolm Duncan. That's what you're supposed to do. I think it's my fault. This is my problem. My problem is when Pops told us to read books, I went and read them. When he said read the Bible, I read it. He said read the Quran, I read it. He said read the Holy Tablets, I read it. The shit is still sitting right here. When it's open, you see, I just got through reading some shit before I got on here. When I was told young to read books, I was excited. That gave me a rush because I wanted to see what was behind that front. And I wanted to read it all the way to the end to see what could I load my brain up with. I was excited about that. Nigga, everybody, I don't give a fuck. Nerd, whatever the fuck you want to call it, nigga. That was exciting to me to read. I was just like, okay, what's the next one? Give me that one. What's this one? Oh, you can't read that one until you of age. What do you mean when of age? You're too young. That's not even you got to be a part of this order to read it. Soon that nigga got to... I said, yeah, let me get this book up off you. Fuck you talking about, nigga. Went to my room and started turning them pages. And I said, wow, whoa, okay, wow. That explains why when my stepfather told me, hand me that square out of my bag. And I was 5 years old. And I'm looking around for this square. And all I see a tape measure. I see a level. I see this. I see that. I see the glue. I see this drill. I don't see no square. I see this little triangle thing, but I don't see a square. And he stood by and watched me struggle. And then at the end of that, he said, this is the square. My stepfather, at 5 years old, who I accredit to being my actual Uber, as in the father who raised me, because my other father didn't raise me. Bodie didn't raise me, but he was able to give me my information from afar, which I needed. He gave me the square at 5. He said, this is the square. Like the tangible square, silly. Because my stepfather, who is my actual Uber that I would say is my Uber, even though not biological, to not disrespect my biological father, but if you know, you know, that was my actual Uber or Baba, right? He gave me the tangible square at 5 years old. And when I realized, I said, this is a square. And he broke down the 4 corners of the 90 degree and that wasn't appearing to be a square, but because it was a right angle, that's all you need to form one. I said, what? And then I saw that same symbol on his book, the Nuwapian Grand Lodge Mason book. I saw that symbol on his book. Soon as that nigga went to sleep, what I did. Soon that nigga went to sleep, what I did. So when you be hearing me speak in terms of the 13, the B, the 72, and the 9, and all this other stuff, That's in the Nuwapian Grand Lodge book. Now, I read that when I was 5. I was reading it again when I was 6 and 7. I was reading it again when I was 12 and 13. By the time them niggas came to me, I already know what Masonry is. They wanted to talk to me about it. They said, we want to talk to you about the square. So I stepped forward. They reached out they hand or they grip, and they pulled me forth. And my Umi allowed it. I was 16. Shit, in this reality, that's still a minor. My Umi allowed it. They walked me straight through. You understand? So literally and what again, some of the things I can tell you, they don't like, you don't know this. You can't know this from a book. Like, watch this. This ain't in no book. You cannot find it. If I tell people this because it's what I literally learned and I applied it in real life. And I learned it directly as I was traveling. If I were on the train and there's a bunch of people around and I see a brother and I'm wondering because of the way he's holding himself or handling himself or carrying himself, I want to say, is this a brother? Right? So when we say, I should be able to recognize you in the darkness as well as in the light, which is a part of your obligation, right? When you utter in this back or when you hold in this token. If I should be able to recognize this brother in the darkness, what is it like? What does it mean? Well, in a group of around a bunch of people, we should be able to have a conversation and nobody know we talking. Meaning you don't have to do what I'm doing right now. Meaning opening your mouth. You don't have to open your mouth. That's when you go back to Madu Netar, the word of God, the essence. They said the wisdom of the wise would perish. All of you who think you understand it, you don't understand it. It's more of a telepathic, nonverbal conversation versus all this checking a nigga, asking where they hell from, all that simple body ass shit. You'll ask a nigga where he hell from, he can recite all that shit to you, and then you ask him about the science, he don't know shit about the science. Can't even explain to you what it was that he just told you. He regurgitates it, recites it, that's all. He don't even know what it means. There's a lot of niggas that's like that. You understand? So if I'm on a subway and I see another brother, is this one of my brothers? What can I do? I can scratch my throat. Are you with me? I could scratch my throat, right? After he made eye contact with me, this is the conversation. I scratch my throat and then scratch my mouth or scratch my lips, right? I just talk to him. And then he could do the same shit. Or he could do it another way. He could loosen up his collar and then wipe his mouth off. What did we just say? What did we just say? The same thing the nigga was trying to talk about in the clubhouse room. The consequence. It's a conversation between brothers. Hey, remember we said we ain't gonna tell. Hey, shh. Shit, nigga, hey, mom's the word. That's what the fuck the conversation is. Remember your oath. We ain't talking to nobody. Everybody around, they don't even see me scratch my throat. If they did, they don't know that it has anything to do with anything. You can't make this Masonic shit up. I was 16 when I started. They trying to act like I fell into the water last year on TikTok learning about it through some random nigga. I walked the path. So would you be able to recognize that? No, because you're out here in the light thinking that the light world is real. We having a conversation in the dark, and I can recognize that, brother. So what these niggas on Clubhouse doing, asking niggas where they hail from? Trying to show off? Trying to gang bang? Some Masonic shit? What do niggas do when they step to me and say, oh, you gonna have to take that off? Y'all want to see what they were telling me to take off? I'm gonna get it for you real quick. I'm gonna show you what these niggas told me I had to take off. One of the niggas told me, I don't want to hurt you. I said, hey, look, ain't nobody getting hurt today, including you. Cause I'm gonna go ahead and step back 10 feet from your family to spare you one time. Cause I don't know who the fuck niggas be thinking they talking to, and I ain't taking off shit. My mama like, nigga, you need to wear that shit next time. So I'm gonna put that bitch on my head. I bet I do. I'm gonna wear that bitch on my head next time. Let me show y'all what they were trying to take off me. They were trying to take this shit off me. This right here. The jacket. The man suit, as it's called. The Mishtar. This ain't even Masonic attire, nigga. This is Sabian attire. Meaning when y'all niggas put this on, this is a piece of the garb. This ancient Kemetic garb, nigga. Ancient Egyptian garb. Nigga was trying to gang bang on it. Boy, I wish you would step forward. How about this? Reach. Nigga told me, I don't want to hurt you. Reach then. Shit. You feel what I'm saying? Nah, niggas is trying to gang bang this shit, bro. Let me tell you something. I'm one of them niggas who want some peace and all this other shit, but don't play yourself. You ain't finna do none of that. Just because I come on that, don't act like it's not another piece to the cloth. Niggas told me, you gotta take that. I bet I still wore that bitch. I bet if you go through any video or any picture I got on it, bitch, from the event, you don't see me with nothing but it on. Cause they trying to gang bang. So when they coming like that, you don't gotta do all that. Any real, and look, not saying real Mason like you don't pay no dues. Not saying no real Mason like you don't go to no lodge. Not saying no real Mason like you don't do charity. Anybody who really understand what it's about, you ain't trying to show niggas up about no masonry. You ain't trying to check niggas out and all out in the public about some masonry shit, nigga. And they only doing that because they think this shit some chump shit. Running to the wrong one. That would have happened. Every time that'll do it to you. Running to the wrong one. I think they figured it out after a few seconds though. When I say I'm gonna give you 5 feet for your sake. Talking about you don't want to hurt. Who want hurt? Who ain't nobody gonna get hurt, family. You gonna make it home today. You'll be all right. Who? You gonna have to take that off. Boy, I bet I still had that bitch on. So it's not some shit that is supposed to be banged like that. It's some shit that's supposed to, first of all, that's why I'm about to say, the nigga who was the elder was like, what's the point of becoming a Mason? He said, if you're a Mason, you should know this. I think he really thought he had something, right? Because I can sit and have a conversation with you. He said, if you're a Mason, you should know this. What's the point of being a Mason? What's the point? Well, no. Let him answer. What's the point of being a Mason? I said, becoming a better man. He said, because if you don't know the answer, I said, damn, like, bro, did you not hear? Becoming a better man? Okay, because I'll tell you if you don't know the answer. I said, okay, well, then tell me the answer then. It's about being a better man. I said, I can't make this up. I know y'all think I'm lying. I said, didn't I just fucking say that? People come out about, yo, he did just say that. No, what the fuck did he do? Because if you don't know, I'll tell you. If you're a Mason, you should know this. Yeah, becoming a better man. No, it's about better man. What? So you just gonna take a few words out, nigga. You know the whole statement. To become a better man. Or to take a man and to make them better. What are you talking about? It's shit that I done taught that you can only really know if you took the walk. When I be saying shit like a wise man, which I'll if you hear me, I'll switch it up for the crowd or the audience is listening. But I say a wise person, but it's really a wise man. Here's one word and overstands two. How many people got my books? Do I not have a whole book called Who Knows the Secrets? Do I not have a whole book called You Are Light, All Right? Do I not have a whole book called How to Speak Elite? Now, I could tell you who inspired the Who Knows the Secrets book, because you could type in Dr. York, Who Knows the Secrets, and you will find that teaching that inspired that book. Now, where will you find How to Speak Elite? No motherfucking where. That's why when I was sending them books out to the people, I said it's really a trilogy. The trilogy is Who Knows the Secrets, You Are Light, All Right, and then How to Speak Elite. The books group in like that. How to Speak Elite is tied to You Are Light, All Right. It's tied to Who Knows the Secrets. So you got the books, you like, bro, he didn't make this shit. And then you go and read it, it's like, how? Where you gonna get the breakdowns from? These niggas didn't even know. I said, so what does hell mean? When you say, I will always hell. Because again, if I walk up to a brother, I see a brother, this could also be done in the dark. Why do I say in the dark? You ever seen the videos where the people lean forward, the politician, they come in and they grab each other's hand, but then somebody puts a hand on top of the hand? What is that? What is that? Did I Google that too? Come on. As a matter of fact, what's the handshake? Did I Google that? What's the handshake? And how do I know it's tied to oath? The handshake is a token. It's a token. It even ties to nationality. The token, the everlasting token, that as long as you're breathing, that token is going to be good. That shit is good to get you indoors. What was that movie they came out with? Tenet. I think that's the movie, if I'm not tripping. That might be the movie. Or I might be tripping. It was another, maybe it was another movie. It was one of these movies where they showed you how to make one of the signs that could get you in all the doors. I don't know. I can't remember. It might have been Tenet. Either way, I think it was. But y'all probably know better than I do, but because people kept telling me watch Tenet. But the point is, you don't know this shit unless you walk behind them doors. You feel what I'm saying? So if a nigga walk up, he giving a grip, he giving a token. Okay, one of them put the hand over. Something is happening under that hand, but it's happening in the dark. It's happening in the dark. Why is it in the dark? Because it's concealed. So that first grip, as soon as it happened, I held, or he might say, I will always held. But most of the time, a lot of this shit ain't even set in stone, too. Nigga be putting their own slang to it. Same thing with everything else. How I know that? Nigga put their own slang to it. We don't always say that long-ass shit. You know what I'm saying? Some niggas be acting like, look, the same elder who was trying to step to me, a lot of the shit he forgot. Because a lot of elders, because they ain't been doing it out in that field for so long, they become rusty. So he should have paid attention and humbled down. Because out of respect, elder, you ain't been out here like that. So you really rusty. But maybe when you was out here younger, you probably was one of them ones with that fire who could do that. But I could tell when a nigga, bro, you done forgot some of this shit because it's like everything else. If you ain't been going over your lines, you gonna forget. But the point is, niggas ain't always saying all that whole shit anyway. But they say, I held, or I will always held. But most of the time, I held. I conceal. What do you conceal? This is a conversation if they would have had this conversation. Now, chances are, when you in a room full of people, you ain't got time to be going back forth and saying that random ass shit without somebody saying, what the fuck is y'all talking about? It's too many what? Eavesdroppers. So if there are eavesdroppers present, do you get what I'm saying? What would be the difference in eavesdroppers? Let's see who can comment the word. I want to see who can comment the word. What's the opposite of eavesdroppers? Is this something that you think about on a day-to-day basis? I know the opposite of eavesdroppers. What would be the opposite of eavesdroppers? If you know, you either been walking with me or you took the walk. Somebody commented. What is the opposite of an eavesdropper? Because it don't match in anything you would Google. It only match if you took the walk. It wouldn't be informed. So we having a conversation, right? I got your hand, you got my hand. Everybody else around us in that moment is an eavesdropper, even if we ain't opening our mouth. You with me? So then what's the opposite of an eavesdropper? I'll tell you, and I'll show you. I be like, nigga better stop fucking playing with me before I tell some more and piss everybody else off some more. Like, stop playing with me. My whole purpose of even joining this shit was so that I could tell it. Silly. I ain't want to be invested in this shit how y'all niggas invested in this shit. Y'all can't go nowhere beyond that degree. I'm doing this shit. Nah. But again, if a nigga who only Google some shit, he wouldn't be able to do all this. You can't go on and 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 on. You can't. I would have been ran out. We can do this for today. We can do this today to the end of the year. Every day we can come on here and tell my mason, I would not run out of shit. I've been doing this since I was 16. And you have to go before I was 16. You have to go back to when I was 5 when I started opening a book. But the travel started at 16. Watch it. Let me show you something. I'm going to show you something that some of y'all probably didn't even know. Watch this. This is back in 2018 when I made this song. All right? It popped up 4 years ago when I did the music video, which probably around the same time. But 2018 was when I made the song itself. Right? Watch this. What did it say right here? No friends. Right? Now, somebody could make up what I'm about to say to you, but when you listen to it, you can't make it up. It's already recorded. All right? Listen, I'll show you why. Nigga don't know what they dealing with. They have no idea.
Wise man don't need no friends, cause he no friends to turn on him.
I don't trust y'all niggas. A wise man don't need no friends. Why am I saying wise man? Well, what's a mad guy? How many people got the How to Speak Elite book? Listen, I know, I get it. You don't know what you're dealing with. You don't know how much thought I put into this walk. You have no idea. I didn't wake up and say, oh, I want to be a Mason to be a Boy Scout. I put thought into my walk from the point of me realizing at 5 years old that I was going to fight up until my last breath, whenever that is, however that is. I put thought into this. Listen, a wise man don't need no friends. That wise man is a Mason, because that's what a Magi is. You go look up what a Magi or a mage is. They say a learned person, a wise man. You understand? He don't need no friends. Why? Because he knows friends will turn on him. How I know friends will turn on him? Because I saw what y'all did to Martin Luther King. I saw that Martin Luther King knew at one point he was walking through the valley of the shadow of death. How do you know he knew that? Because he said it the day before they killed him. He said, even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. You got to look at his face when he walked off, though. He said, I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Because he already knew. He said, I might not get there with you, because I've been to the mountaintop. I've seen the promise. Y'all don't know what he's talking about. But everybody on that balcony with him knew. Listen, you ain't supposed to know that either. You know that, right? Everybody on that balcony with him knew that he was finna get assassinated. Everybody on that balcony with him knew he was about to get assassinated. They knew, because that was the mountaintop, the balcony. Whole nother conversation, but if you've been walking with me, you know this shit already. It's simple degrees, right? So listen to it. I tell you, this was 4 years ago, right? I ain't making this up. This is the old page, Faise One production, 4 years ago. The song older than that. So listen to it.
Wise man don't need no friends, cause he no friends to turn on him. Wise man don't need no friends, cause he no friends to turn on him. Yeah. Wise man don't need no friends, cause he no friends to turn on him. Leaning out the window, we shot. Told him it was all good, we lied. Came to the wrong hood, east side. Gon' shut that nigga down, we lied.
Boom. I'm going to stop it because I know y'all ain't catching it. Right? Leaning out the window, we shot. Told him it was all good, we lied. Came to the wrong hood, east side. Gon' strip that nigga down, V Live. No, we taking everything. What am I talking about? That's the first steps of the initiation process. But I'm telling them niggas now, I already know what this shit is about. Now you got to go back beyond this. I'm like 19 in this video. You got to go back 3 years ago to see where you got a video say 16-year-old Mason teaching class hidden knowledge. They knew when I was in high school. Right? So what'd he say? Leaning out the window, we shot. Told him it was all good, we lied. I'm talking about the initiators. I already know that this whole shit is deception anyway. I came to figure out what the deception was and reclaim the arts and reclaim the parts and reclaim the points and reclaim the lessons and reclaim yourself. That's what I came to do. So that why? I could teach other people how to do it. Duh, simple body asses. I knew what the whole shit was from the jump, what I was going to do. And this ain't the only order that I walked through to do that. This is just what you learning about in front. And then I'm going to come forth and teach another order, and then I'm going to show you in all my other songs how I had that order. Right? So watch. Leaning out the window, we shot. Told him it was all good, we lied. Came to the wrong hood, east side. Why am I saying east side? Because what direction you traveling, Square? What going on, Square? Let me tell you something. Where in the book can I find that if I'm driving behind one of my brothers, if I beat 3 times, he supposed to do the same? Where in the book is that? That if I'm on the highway and I'm driving behind my brother and I say, din, 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 and he say, din, 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 y'all think we just try to tell each other to get out each other's way? No, that's one of my brothers. I saw his emblem. I saw his light. Why am I saying emblem instead of symbol? Let me tell you something else. Why come when I ride past my brother on that same highway, instead of beating it, let's say I'm not in the driver's seat. Let's say I'm in the passenger seat. What it mean when I do this? When I drive past him, nigga think I'm throwing out gang signs. What does it mean? What that mean? I gave him an angle. He do that shit back. Nigga say, oh, these niggas low for real. No, nigga. You know what I'm saying? You can't read up on this. Y'all niggas is just mad, bro. They trying to tell y'all I'm a book mason. They ain't not. How? No. You don't know the shit I know from books. Because a lot of this has to be sought out by yourself. You figure this out on your lonely or alone. Celibate. Find it out. Go look at that. You find this out on your celibate walk alone. You understand? So listen to what he says.
I know we taking everything he got. We would never say.
Hold on.
No, we gon' strip that nigga down. Be live.
Gon' strip that nigga down. V live. Why would I say strip him down? Because that's the divestation. I asked some niggas in the room. I said, am I lying about the divestation? You can read about that. Give me the book. Give me the book to find it in. Give me the book. Am I lying about being stripped? Now, if you reading about being stripped, you don't know what being stripped mean unless you've been stripped. I'll tell you what stripped mean. But I say, no, we taking everything he got. Why I say taking everything he got? Or strip that nigga down. Because before you travel, you got to be naked. You got to be naked. But if you tell this to a group of people, they like, naked? Hell no, I ain't be going, y'all niggas on some weird shit. But you don't get it. It don't have nothing to do with really being naked. You know what I'm saying? All this shit symbolic. I was there. Them niggas, I didn't know what they were talking about. They said, well, we got to strip you. I gave them the same look y'all probably doing right now. I gave them niggas the same look. Nigga reached down for my pant leg, pulled it up. I said, hold on. But no, you can't even speak though. Because the first rule is, when you walk in here, you can't say shit. Can't say nothing. So I'm like, all right, this nigga get weird, I'm leaving. I don't give a fuck. These niggas get weird, I'm leaving. It was two. It was the twins. He reached down, pulled my left pant leg up. He took off my shoe. He pulled my shirt over my shoulder, one side. And I was stripped. It had nothing to do with actually being naked. But I ain't gonna lie to you, that shit did sound weird. Some of them niggas say, oh, we gotta strip you now. I said, I don't know, man. I just walked in here. I would have thought that they start doing weird shit. Y'all niggas say that for like the higher ups. I thought I could at least sneak out the door. Y'all just walked in. But it didn't mean that. So a part of that was composure. You gotta have that composure. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't gonna lie to you. I did say, this shit get weird, I'm leaving. But it was symbolic. Because, right, if you being born again, you ain't being born with clothes on. You get what I'm saying? It's a science. So you hear me saying it. No, we taking everything he got. Now listen to the next line.
No, we taking everything he got. We would never sit down. We rise, pull away the daylight. We guys, nigga try to play like we not. Wanna slice like Kimball, sweet pie. No, having big smoke, 3-5. Laying on my pillow, she vibe. Blowing on that Indo, she high. Astral projection sex and we fly. She can never lie to me, she try. How you go finesse a nigga that could read minds? I don't care, she fine. I'ma leave her behind. She ain't mine. She astral projection sex and we fly. She can never lie to me. She try. How you go finesse a nigga that could read minds? I don't care. She fine. I'ma leave her behind. She ain't mine. Cause a wise man don't need no friends. Cause he no friends to turn on him.
You gotta hear it. So who is the girl? Who is the girl? How you gonna finesse a nigga that can read minds? Who is the girl? I don't care if she I'm gonna leave her behind. She ain't mine. I don't give a fuck about banging y'all shit. I just needed what was in it so I could have a better understanding of the world that I'm in. And it just seemed that at that time, but that's not my woman. You understand? Because the true essence comes forth. And the only one who might know what I'm talking about is you get the books. So what we'll do is take a quick break, say get the books. Get the books, send a donation. You don't know what to send $1. Send $1. Get 9 books. And go directly to the How to Speak Elite book today and read it, and it'll make even more sense to you. You understand? Now listen.
He don't need no friends, no friends. A wise man don't need no friends, cause he no friends that turn on him. No friends, they turned on me. I see why. Nigga like me got 3 eyes. They were too afraid of him to realize Faise would've prayed for them till he died. Walking on this lonely road, my feet high. Shout out to them traveling niggas in E5. He gon' do whatever he figured.
So what the fuck these niggas talking about? I got on Clubhouse to act like a book mason? Listen to what the nigga just said.
Faise would've prayed for them till he died. Walking on this lonely road, my feet high.
Walking on this lonely road, my feet hot. Why are my feet hot? You want to know why my feet are hot? You want to know something else you can't find in a book? My feet are hot because literally I show you why my feet are hot in the next scene.
Shout out to them traveling niggas in E.
Look at my feet. That's why my feet are hot. Because I'm standing on 90 degrees. You can't make this up. That's why my feet hot. I'm walking. This is why I'm traveling right here. You think I'm standing still. But I'm traveling right here. I'm walking on a lonely road. It's just me. My feet hot. And then if you think I'm lying, what's the next line?
My feet high. Shout out to them traveling niggas in E5.
Shout out to them traveling niggas. Who is who? The Masons. And E5. Which shout out to who else? The other spiritual school that people don't know I walked through. Well, I think you probably figured it out by now though. But a lot of people don't know I walked through that school too. That's why I say in one of my songs, E5 niggas come to me for guidance. I don't gotta go see a Baba to get you Baba. It's Babas who come to me. What are you talking about? And you can't play that. You can't just, bro, it's not one of them games where you can show up with a t-shirt and act like you walking with them. They'll smell it on you. You feel what I'm saying? So listen close.
He gon' do whatever he figure to be eyes. He gon' shoot ahead of these niggas and speed by. No apologies. I was asking for support and they did not believe. They just left the nigga hanging like apostrophe. But obviously, it'll never stop with me. I'm a real OG. I move cautiously. I caught the breeze and now I'm
What that mean? What that mean? I got that from a book too, didn't I?
with me. I'm a real OG. I move.
What's that? And what's the line that's accompanied by it?
I'm a real OG. I move cautiously.
I'm a real OG. I move cautiously.
Cautiously.
What is that?
I move cautiously.
Like, stop playing with me. You don't see it? I'm a real OG. I move cautiously. What is cautiously? Well, you couldn't learn this from a book. That's the nickname of the traveler. Soon as you walk through, you learn your nickname. Or you'll find out that that's your actual name because name means what? The order in which you walk. And you take this walk cautiously. So it don't even have nothing to do with just your nickname or just your name. And a lot of niggas don't even know that.
I move cautiously, I caught the breeze, and now I'm taking off with ease. I had to do it all alone, that was the hardest piece, but it was all in the prophecy. God talked to me and said I don't need no friends.